You're coming too.
From Washington State to now sunny California, we've been at it for 5 years. It began with selling our previous boat and taking that money to buy tools and build a shed. We assembled keel pieces, poured the ballast, and raised all 16 frames in the first 6 months.
There's a boat in there.
Now, half a decade later, and at a slower but steady pace, we're in the water. We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. Like, subscribe, and support if you can. We've begun rigging our main mast. We're parcel and serving our shrouds. We're only serving where the shrouds loop around the mast and leather wrapping them. And suave as usual was no help. We have 2 complete, 2 more to go, and 1 big hole to cut. Side 2. Now that we've turned the mast around to do the starboard side, gotta remember which way is up. And although the mast is round, you might be wondering how we know the orientation. But the peg here that sits into the mast step down basically at the foot of our bunk, it's positioned with a slight angle. That's how we know which way is up. That locust smells so good when you cut into it.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about lacing up the mallet, check out episode 41, just before the 10-minute mark. We were just about to start serving when we heard a commotion.
Wow!
Whoa, that is a beast.
That's beautiful.
This is a white sturgeon, whose lineage goes back to the Jurassic period. That's over 200 million years ago. On record, the largest caught was 20 feet, and the oldest a spry 104. These are truly remarkable fish. you witness that, Swab? Yeah. Day 4, and we're on our final shroud. Last one.
Yay.
We're excited because the days were all blending together. And so on and so forth. While Garrett leathered, I painted our collar with DeVoe epoxy paint. Then we cut the last shroud.
Ready?
All right, last one, here we go. Woo! We've got all 4 stays.
Oh, yeah.
That night, the wind picked up. Breezy today, so I think we're gonna take the day off and go, I don't know, get some food and do some like normal human things. Like a real couple, we had a day date, and our fancy shoes led us to Benicia, where the tortillas were warm and the margaritas cold. Not a bad soft sunlight. Yep, that's a hole. But turns out it's not big enough. Garrett has to saw and chisel the mast partner wider, as the mast turned out to be a 1/4 inch rounder than expected.
He's just gonna find something to lay on.
A straightforward task turns annoying, but better now than when the boom truck is dangling our mast over deck and it doesn't fit. Now we're big enough, and we can slap on some penetrating epoxy to protect the end grain.
So we'll try not to laugh at Garrett too much, but I'm taking over because he had a bit too much hot sauce. And I had to run to the bathroom.
While the epoxy's curing, I got another paintbrush out and added the first coat of finish paint onto the collar. Over, over, good boy. Cute boat coming in. So since we gotta wait for some things to dry, and I'm in the middle of painting the mast collar, and we gotta wait for that to dry too, let's go for a little putt on the river. Enjoy a glass of wine. Oh, what a pleasant day.
Now for the gift.
Cheers. So what is it?
It's like a chunk of concrete with, I don't know, some sort of like, not like a cable, but I almost thought it was like a makeshift mooring when I first looked at it, but it's a big ass chunk of concrete, and it wasn't here before, because we always used to take our dinghy back here through this slough, and I've gone up and down this thing for a long time, even at pretty low tide, and I've never hit anything. This is right smack dab in the middle. So not too long ago we were coming through here, and it was at a somewhat low tide, but I was coming through right in the middle, and just wham, just prop hit it. And so
Let's get it out of the way, huh?
yeah.
So you think best is to take it out to deeper water, or
I'm like,
put it off in
get
the
it
mud?
to the corner.
Yeah.
Enough for our outboard. Still don't have enough water.
We'll get situated and get back to you. Got us anchored here. And Garrett's removing the hazard to navigation. What is it? Wine. And this way. Jeez, what a gorgeous day.
I think if I were to build Red Aviva again, I would really want to do a raised, like, aft deck like that, like
Yeah.
the raised sheer poop deck, and have the stateroom back there like he does on his diesel duck designs, and then do like a pilot house like this. Well, not this big because it's a sailboat, but
Right. Before Garrett decides to build another boat, we're going to end this video right here. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Up next! Something like that?
oh my god.
Look at that. We make the deck rim for the mast and the wedges, then recheck all our measurements. We wait out the weekend before we can step the mast and cut yet another hole for the engine's exhaust.
Plug it in, I'll hold it.